What is it you want on today's Unnamed Real Estate Podcast? My name is Charles Ray Dawson. This is the Unnamed Real Estate Podcast, and I am an associate broker with ProStar Realty. So the reason why I started off that intro is that is the theme of this week, right? And it's been a really busy week for me right now. So this is Thursday. I'm recording on Thursday. I did the numbers just a few minutes ago. Normally I have like a couple days worth of putting things into the hopper and whatnot. Then Thursday's normally my splice and dice day, but it's a lot of stuff going on in real estate right now. And the one reoccurring theme, which is coming across, is a question: what is it that you want? And it's not just with the housing, all right? The seller wants to sell for a certain price. And the seller wants to sell their house for a certain price with a minimum amount of drama, right? That's why some people, because they value the minimal drama, more than they value the actual sales price, are willing to go with these iBuyers and have an iBuyer come in and purchase a house with minimum amount of drama. Other people are okay with drama and really want the price, so they're willing to go the other route. So in both cases, it's what the seller wants, right? Buyers, on the other side, they have their own wants. They want wants and needs, right? They have locations they want to live in. They have amenities they want to have. They have how many bedrooms they might need. So it's this reoccurring cycle, right? And what we do is we create a Venn diagram, right? And I don't have a couple circles here, so we're going to use the hands. This is what the seller wants. This is what the buyer wants. They can change time, they can change price, however works. Somewhere where they're both the people's wants is this space where the deal happens. Bet you didn't even know I had a sneeze button on this thing. So neither did I. Just started pushing buttons. So anyways, so it's in that space. And it's the defining the space is where negotiation happens. We're defining the space where the two circles overlap. And we're meeting a mutual conclusion of where we want to be. So that's negotiation. And the very concept of asking the question, what do you want? What is it that you want? Permeates all of real estate, and not just the buyers and sellers, right? It's what a client is looking for in an agent. So got an email from a gentleman that I've been in email communication with, and he thinks a lot of the same way I do about real estate and where it goes. And he's basically decided to, I think he's still managing his brokerage and whatnot, but he's also doing it from a remote location. And he seemed really dispirited in the email. And it was just, it's his belief now is that what the client wants is not something he's willing to provide. Or maybe it's not so much that he's not willing to provide that, but that the consumer doesn't value his value proposition as much as they value other things. And that's it's hard to describe, but there are some rock star real estate agents out there who call themselves rock star real estate agents, and they act like rock star real estate agents, and they get the following because they're rock star real estate agents, and it's all auto-tune and bad lyrics written by a couple guys out of Scandinavia, ultimately. And that's this gentleman I'm thinking of, he's more one of those folk pickers you will see out there on stage at a coffee shop who can make a guitar a religious instrument, right? But is never ever going to make it in Nashville. Anybody who knows the guy I'm talking about just smiled at themselves, right? But it's just one of those things, right? So, with the consumer who are looking for real estate agents is a lot of times they have a very, very ill-defined concept of what they want in an agent. They'll answer questionnaires and this and that and the other thing, but they don't know how to look for that in an agent. And so they go with the guy with the sign on the side of the bus stop, or they will go with the person, with a really great podcast and really great lighting, and they're doing it from their porch and this and that and everything, all sorts of things. So that's one of the aspects that's coming into this industry, is that, you can, for a couple $1,000s and a whole bunch of other stuff, make yourself look like you are a stone cold professional rock star. And it's the equivalent of those mid-90s pop stars that got generated out of Disney under Magic Mountain and stuff, born in a vat, and then they show up for 2 or 3 seasons, record an album, do a lot of tours, have a lot of tween squee over them, and then they're gone. Usually OD, drugged out, cutting their hair off in the middle of the night on YouTube videos. I mean, that kind of stuff. And he seemed really discouraged on that. And it's just that the consumer does not seem to want the product he's delivering, which is competency. So that's part of it. Been having a lot of other conversations going on, right? About, what is it that agents want when they're looking for a brokerage, when they're looking for a broker to work with? Do they want training? Do they want support? Do they want, camaraderie? Do they want leads? I stopped at an open house one day, and I'm talking to the agent there, and I'm just looking at the house. It's, it's my neighborhood, and I was interested. And, he started giving me the pitch. Hey, why don't you go, see about coming over to join my, brokerage? And I was like, yeah, well, what you got going for you? And he goes, oh, well, we got this great training. Okay, dude, been doing this for a couple of years. Not sure if I need any more training. What's your CRM system like? Oh, you can buy into the CRM. I got to pay for my own CRM? Yeah, you got to pay for it. Customer relationship management software. And he started rattling it off all the stuff that's going on. And I finally asked him, so what are the leads like? He's like, leads? Leads? What is this word you speak of, leads? Because he was working for a brokerage where all of the leads that were coming in, people who were just cold calling the sign and whatnot, weren't getting pushed down to the agents. Or at least they weren't getting pushed down to the agents at his level, right? So, that's one of the things he asked. What does the agent want from the brokerage? What does the broker want from their agents? And, because of the nature of what's going on this week, and no, I'm not leaving ProStar, people, this is just really came up to be, the reoccurring theme. Sitting there, let's define, what is it we want? What is it they want? All right. Do agents want to work for a brokerage with 1,500 other agents in direct competition with them, getting online training from clicking on a video and watching the video, maybe getting some coaching on the side, or do they want one call gets it all? I hit speed dial, my broker answers. And it's my actual broker, not the person who's being assigned to be the managing broker of that particular area for the state. It's the guy, the man. All right, so this is, what, since this is my big running question, is what is it that people want? I'm going to start asking you that question. All right. We got, you can leave comments in the notes before. You can send me a text. All right. I want you to go to hell. Okay. Yeah, sure. I can do that. Spent my time there. All right. But I want to turn this question back on you. It's like, what is it that you want? And when you're looking for houses, right? Let me use this example. I had 2 buyers. They wanted a garage. Right. In their mind, what they wanted was a garage. Big door on front, maybe a door heading into the house. They wanted a garage. But when you start talking to them about, what are they planning on doing in that garage, you realize they didn't want a garage. They wanted a workspace. All right. So being able for you to clearly define what your wants are, right? They wanted a workspace. They couldn't find a garage in their price point in the neighborhood they wanted to live at. But once you burrow down a bit and you realize what they want is a workspace, when you find a house with a carport but has the workspace, you've satisfied your client's wants. Right? But it takes you, the agent, to sit there and start, asking the question, listening to the answer, right? And developing what it is that's going on for that. And when you're dealing with the seller, what's their, all right, everybody wants a high price, but do they really not want to have the drama of a bunch of people trucking through their house. These sudden phone calls, somebody's showing up in 15 minutes, get the hell out. I don't care if you haven't showered yet, get the hell out, that kind of stuff. So it's one of the most important skill sets that you can have in real estate is learning to define other people's wants and learning to define your own wants. I mean, what is it Ray wants? Peace on earth, goodwill towards men. I ask that every year. I never get it. All right, Christmas is coming up, guys. If you guys could give me this Christmas present this year, I'd be very, very happy. I'd be delighted. But it's never happened, never will going to happen. But, what is it that I, as an agent working for a brokerage, what is it do I want? What do I want 10 years out? Where do I want to be 10 years out? All right. And if you're an agent out there and you're just getting started, you've been doing this for a while, like myself, you constantly have to readdress that question. What do I want? Is this getting me what I want? And once you get that question going, and it's not just for agents, you need to sit there as you, the employee, sitting in your little gray cubicle hell, much like mine, all right, and go, is this what I wanted? Is this what I want? All right. This is how we live more satisfying, productive lives. This is how we get along better with each other. All right. And learn how to say it so it's not accusatory. When your wife is wigging out about something, your husband is wigging out about something, you cross the dinner table over, you're sitting at them, you might want to check the temperature of the room before you look around and go, what do you want? All right, because that creates something that we call escalation. All right, so like everything else, timing is everything, but still. So what I would like to ask you guys, my audience of 4 or 5, whoever's going to watch that this week, is what is it you want? All right. When you go into your next real estate transaction, what is it that you want from the agent? What is it you want from the other side, the seller or buyer, depending on how that goes? All right, and all the other downstream providers. Right? And ultimately, what do you want of yourself? So follow up, wrap the whole thing up. We're going to go to the numbers right after this, right? But there's a gentleman out there who... So we're going to go to the numbers, wrap this whole thing up, and call it a day for this episode. In short, like I said, I don't have time to get into any of the other things going on right now. So, if you can answer those questions for me and just kick them back, I would really appreciate it, because this seems to be the really big thing we got going on this week. Thank you very much. Have a great week. Enjoy the weekend, because the weather just changed, and this is when Arizona is the place to be. Thank you much. Now the numbers for October 13th, 2021. Actives this week are 7,541, up 101 from the week before. Our new listings this week are 2,372, down 159. Our pendings this week are 1,852, which is down 53. Our under contracts looking for backups are 1,105, down 65. Contracts with buyer's contingency are at 99, down 1 from the week before. And we had 1,981 closings this week, which are down 830 from the week before. And coming soon to an MLS near you are 801 new listings.